kind of going to the broader, like HLI is all about like human life and family flourishing all over. Does it break down respect for human dignity and lead people to see them as objects?
Absolutely. It's 100% objectification. At some point in time, you totally lose control, you lose touch with what the value of another person is, because these people that are, and many of them are nowadays aren't even real people, they're, computer generated. But what you do is you concentrate on the objects, and you concentrate on projecting a false image of yourself as being dominant, or all these different kinds of things that come out, and they go in so many different areas. You lose touch with the fact that you're dealing with real human beings and that you're objectifying real human beings.
Yeah, there's definitely a connection with everything you do here at Human Life International.
Yep.
And when our bishop asked us to add this to Elizabeth Ministry, I was at first like, well, how does this fit with all, miscarriage and infertility? How does this all really, fit? And the bishop was very blunt with saying, well, it's all defending dignity. And I was like, oh, okay, it really is, isn't it? And really it does boil down to that, is that we need to not just focus on one issue per se, but what are all the issues that are affecting this? And we know that not protecting the dignity of a young child, giving them these adverse childhood experiences, sets them up for these unhealthy sexual behaviors. These unhealthy sexual behaviors set them up for needing or thinking they need to have an abortion. So it's all interrelated. And so how do we address that issue? And I think it's going back to really helping people understand God's plan for sexual health. If we're supposed to be able to give ourselves freely, fully, fruitfully, and faithfully, we can't take any one of those parts away for any aspect of our relating. And so there's also a connection that sometimes, people misinterpret when I say this. I'm not saying we came from monkeys, but the study was done on the monkeys. So it gives me that opportunity to say that. And I think there can be some truth to this. And it was a man named Lionel Tiger wrote a book called The Decline of Males. And in that book, he talked about an island of monkeys, and where this one particular monkey, Austin, that he was studying particularly, he had 3 partners. And he put one of the partners on the birth control pill. And Austin stopped relating to that female, and only the other 2. Then he put the next one on, stopped relating to her, only the one, then put all 3 on, he stopped relating to them, and he started being promiscuous with any other female monkey on the island. Then they put all the female monkeys on hormone contraceptives, and Lionel started masturbating to the point of hurting himself and raping violently. Now, you draw the conclusions there, right? But we look at our culture and how many women are on hormonal contraceptives, what effect that is having, what interrelational kind of effect that is happening. And at the same time of the rise of using hormonal contraception, we have the rise of the use of pornography, masturbation. So I think there really is a correlation and connection here, that we need to go back to God's plan of accepting and loving the idea that sex is not supposed to be recreational. Somehow that's where our culture has decided since the 60s it is, right? That it's not for recreation, it's for procreation, it's for bonding and babies, and we can't separate that. And I think if we can get back to that, and that's why we love Human Life International, all the work you're doing, because it does fit so well with the work we do with Elizabeth Ministry International, but also with our work with Reclaim and Navigate.
Yeah, that's such an interesting, that they did that experiment on the monkeys and got those conclusions. It definitely, I guess I always kind of thought about, okay, yeah, you have contraception is going to increase abortion, and, porn kind of fits in with all of that. But that's interesting that it could be such a direct effect of
Absolutely
being on contraception.